everybody and welcome back to a new One Shelf at a Time What Got Watched video. This is Shelf 9 and I feel like I've done quite well with Shelf 9 and I'm feeling quite pleased about it. So I had, let's see, 6 to watch. I forgot a film. In the pile of films that I had to watch there was one more, which is Morning Glory. I really enjoyed Morning Glory and would definitely watch it again, and I passed it along to my mum and said, oh, give this a watch, it's quite good. And so it's downstairs somewhere. I just went down to try and find it. I'm not quite sure where it is, so I don't have it, but there'll be a picture. But yes, that's another one that I did watch and really enjoyed and will be keeping, but I just didn't have it in the video. So yes, there was one more, so there's 7. Yeah, I think, I felt like there was 6, I felt like that sounded right, but there definitely was Morning Glory, which I really enjoyed. So again, I would recommend that one. And then all the others I had watched. So let's first of all delve into how I got on with the ones I had to watch. So the first one is The Social Network. Now this is one that I kind of knew I was going to end up putting off, and that is exactly what happened. I had this and one other left to watch on the shelf for what felt like ages. I bought this movie on the day that it came out. I bought this DVD when it was released. I started watching it and I thought, not really enjoying this, you know, it's not really for me. And then I kind of never went back to it again. I usually like these kind of true story type of things, but this one for some reason I just don't. Everyone really likes this movie, I just really don't really like it. I'm not a big fan of Facebook, but I feel like you don't really have to be a big fan of Facebook to like this film. But I do feel like most people are a big fan of Facebook. I just don't really care for Facebook. I never really use it. It's just not something that I use. And then secondly, Mark Zuckerberg, who's played by Jesse Eisenberg in this film, like everybody knows he's just really frustrating and annoying as a character or as a person. I don't know, obviously I don't know in real life, but this is how he's portrayed. And he's supposed to be portrayed that way. But I just find it really frustrating to watch and it's not enjoyable for me. So, I did try to rewatch this and I got further than last time. Last time I think I got like 20 minutes, 25 minutes in. This time I thought I'd give it a better chance. Andrew Garfield's also in this and I really like him. But I only got just over an hour in and it's a 2-hour film. And I was just like, oh, I just really couldn't watch it anymore. So yeah, I just don't like The Social Network. It's just one of those things. So I'm going to unhaul this one. But yeah, unfortunately I didn't finish it. The next one that I watched was Pudsey the Dog, the movie. I thought this was going to be a little bit better. I mean, I didn't expect it to be great because, you know, it's Pudsey the Dog, the movie. But Pudsey won Britain's Got Talent in 2012. And I kind of heard about Pudsey. I don't really watch Britain's Got Talent too much, but I see like the odd bit and bob. And I'd heard about this dog Pudsey. And then, you know, he had this film. I picked it up. And I was expecting kind of a fun little cheesy British family film with a really cool dog. Like, I really like dogs and dog movies, so I thought I'd enjoy it. But Pudsey wasn't quite as cool as I expected him to be, considering that he won Britain's Got Talent. No offence to Pudsey, but for some reason I just expected a little bit more from Pudsey, just because he was the winner. I don't know. This was very heavy on slapstick. It was just a bit over the top, and overall I gave it 2 stars. It was just really kind of below okay. I wouldn't really recommend it, and what I came here for was cute Pudsey dog. He didn't really win me over. So yeah, I give this one 2 stars and I will be unhauling that one as well. The next one was worse than Pudsey, and that is Dinner for Schmucks. I watched, I think, I don't remember, an hour and 15 minutes. I talked about this actually in my January what I got watched, because I'd marked it as watched even though I hadn't watched the full thing, which I don't usually do. But this film was driving me nuts. I really wasn't enjoying it. I thought I might quite like it because I like the cast and I love Paul Rudd, but I just really couldn't get into this film. The overall concept took too long to come about and it ended up being about something else. Basically, it's supposed to be about this man who has to choose to take an odd kind of person to a dinner party, but it just it went all over the place with lots of other things, and overall I wouldn't recommend this one. Didn't enjoy it. So I will be unhauling that one. The next one I actually put straight to unhaul, which I know is going to be an unpopular opinion. I've seen a little bit of it in the past years ago, which I might have said in my previous video, but I never fully watched it. And it is Billy Madison with Adam Sandler. Now, I don't mind Adam Sandler. Sometimes I'm quite a big fan of him, sometimes I'm not. But I don't really like his overly silly films. And this, I feel like, is one of those. For me, I'm not a big fan of the concept. I never really had wanted to watch it too much. I think I just picked it up years ago because it had Adam Sandler in. I thought I might try and watch all of his films. And that's not necessarily something I plan on doing now, especially not with some of the new ones he's been coming out with that I just really am not interested in watching, like Jack and Jill, for example. I think I've actually seen some of Jack and Jill. I like start watching these films, I'm like, oh no, I just can't do it. So yeah, Billy Madison just isn't one that's for me, but I know quite a few people who really enjoy this one. So yeah, but I will be unhauling this one. The next one was a huge surprise. Okay, so it's Baby Mama. I've had this film for years and I've never really, I think maybe I watched like a little snippet of it, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, I don't even know what happened, that's what I thought, but when I started watching it I was like, I don't remember any of this. And obviously it's Amy Poehler and Tina Fey, who obviously work fantastically together, and this was just kind of a fun little like comedy, and I was expecting it to be a little bit below what I wanted, but it kind of just was right there in the middle. I gave it about 3.5 stars, I can't remember if it's 3 or 3.5, but either way. And it had some great one-liners, and I've kind of been still thinking about the film not long after watching it. I've been saying some of the funny little lines, and you know, overall it was enjoyable, it was okay. I would watch it again. So I'm going to keep this one for the time being. It's just a fun little comedy, it made me laugh, there's certain moments that I keep replaying in my mind, and it's just fun and funny. I thought this would be one that I would be unhauling. It turns out this is like the only one, kind of, that I'm keeping of the ones I had to watch. So yeah, Baby Mama made it to the stay pile, which is now over here. There's more things going on though. The final one that I had to watch, I have saved. And I know I said I wasn't going to do that. There was 6, so I could have saved 1, and I have, because I just knew it was going to take me too long to get around to it, and I would keep putting it off. And it's Anna Karenina. I feel like I would have saved this or Social Network. They were the 2 that I had kind of left to watch that I kept putting off. I tried to watch Social Network, obviously it didn't work out. This one I would hope to enjoy it somewhat just because of the costume designs and the sets. It just visually looks like it'll be great to look at. Whether or not I enjoy the film itself, I'm not sure. I'd also be interested to know a bit more about this story, because obviously it's quite a famous story that I don't really know anything about. So I will be saving this one and hopefully watching it at some point in the near-ish future. Okay, so next I will talk about the ones that I have decided to unhaul that I'd already seen. The first one being Virgin Suicides. This is one that I talked about in the last part of the video. I'm just not a big fan of this film, and I never really have been, so we'll be unhauling that one. The next one I'll be unhauling is Marmaduke. This was just like a really okay, not great dog movie. Next one I'm going to be unhauling is Hot Tub Time Machine. Again, this is okay. I've watched it, it was fun enough, but not fun enough to kind of keep around. The next one's kind of in that same area. She's out of my league. It was fun enough, but not good enough to keep around. And finally, this one, Me, Myself and Irene, I thought I might rewatch, but I watched the trailer and I was just like, oh, no, I don't think I'll enjoy it. Again, similar with Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey's very hit or miss for me. I like Jim Carrey, but when he's been overly silly, I don't really like him too much there. So I don't really like overly silly things. This one seemed like it was teetering on the overly silly. It has got Renee Zellweger in though, so that was kind of why I was considering that I'd want to rewatch it. I watched the trailer and decided I didn't really fancy rewatching that one. So yeah, these are all the unhauls, which I'm pretty happy about. I think there's 10. I'll count them in a minute. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Oh, I thought there was 10. There's 9. Never mind, still, 9's a pretty good number to unhaul. And yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Quite a big chunk gone out of that shelf. I've realised now why I thought there was 10. There is 10. I did some rewatching. I rewatched 4 movies from this shelf, which is really awesome. Actually, one of them I think I watched maybe just before I filmed the shelf video, so I might have said it in my other video. I did rewatch The Heat recently, I think in December, so I might have said this already. Really enjoyed this. I will continue to watch this a bunch of times. Love the 2 leading ladies in this one. Fantastic cast, really funny. I love The Heat. And then I watched 3 others literally like in January this past month. The first one that I rewatched was Black Swan. And I'd recently watched Mother, which is also directed by Darren Aronofsky? Yeah, Darren Aronofsky. And I didn't enjoy Mother very much. I have seen this film probably 3 or 4 times in the past and really enjoyed it. I rewatched it and for me it was just, there was things I noticed about it that I didn't really pick up on before, that I wasn't really a big fan of. I used to really enjoy this film. I probably would have given it 4, 4.5 in the past. Now I give it about 3, 3.5. And I don't think I would watch it again. I used to think it was one that I really enjoyed. I think I said in my first video of this shelf, you know, I really enjoyed Black Swan. I want to rewatch it just for fun because I enjoyed it. It's not really in that category anymore, so I am actually going to be unhauling this one, which I feel like is a real flip of events. But I just don't think I'll rewatch it again now. That was my 4th or 5th time watching it. Again, I'm not 100% sure. So I feel like I've seen it enough times now, and I've kind of set on my mixed opinion on it, so I don't really need to keep this one around. So yeah, that does make it 10 for the unhauls. The next 2 that I rewatched were, the first one being Whip It. I really enjoyed this movie the first time that I saw it, and this was only my 2nd time watching it, and I absolutely loved it. It's fantastic. Gave it 4.5 stars. Ellen Page is brilliant, and this is also directed by Drew Barrymore, which I think is fantastic. I really love Drew Barrymore, and yeah, this was really, really great. I think if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it to everybody. It's just really fun. It's about this girl, Ellen Page, who decides to join this roller derby, and it's just brilliant, and I loved it. I would definitely rewatch it again many times in the future. It's got me interested to buy some like 4-wheel roller skates. I think they're actually just called roller skates, because roller blades are the ones with the, like, all in a row. Like, I think they still have 4 wheels. I mean like 2 and 2, you know what I mean. And I've looked some up, and I might pick some up. So yeah, this film kind of spiked some interest there. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, loved it. Definitely will watch it a bunch of times. It's got a fantastic cast. Really enjoyed it. Definitely watch it if you haven't. I think this is definitely an underrated one as well. And the next one that I rewatched was just so lovely to rewatch, and it's 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. The reason why I rewatched this one is because I found out that Josh had never seen this film, and I thought that he had, because he always says, oh, I'm a big fan of Adam Sandler. But then when it comes to it, I'm like, oh, have you seen this film? He's like, no. Anger Management we rewatched recently, and then Funny People we rewatched recently, and this one. So I think he's just seen like the odd Adam Sandler film and quite likes him. This for me is probably my favourite Adam Sandler film. I really like Big Daddy, but I really think this is my favourite, yeah. And I grew up watching this film over and over and over and over and over again. I watched it so many times. I just absolutely loved it. We rewatched it. I loved it probably just as much. I gave it 4.5 stars. I will continue to rewatch this one. Maybe it's more kind of on nostalgia that I love it so much. You know, had it not have been something that I enjoyed so much when I was younger, I might not give it quite as high rating, but I still really enjoyed it. Josh really enjoyed it. He actually gave it 5. He just loved it and kind of was surprised he hadn't seen it before. So yeah, I think it's a good one. It is a little bit silly, but not over the top, and Drew Barrymore is just so fantastic, and I love her character so much in this. So if you haven't seen it, I would recommend this one. Yeah, so I loved that. I'm so glad I rewatched it. And finally, I have 3 that I would like to rewatch but I haven't got around to. The first one is The Lake House. I've watched half of this, and I think I'm going to unhaul it after I watch the rest, but I do want to know how it ends, but I haven't got enough drive to have watched the end yet. So I'm hoping to watch it soon. I really like Sandra Bullock, but this one has never been one of my favourites. So yeah, I'm probably going to finish it and then probably unhaul it, but I do want to finish it. And the next one I will watch and then probably get rid of, as I said before, is Accepted. Has an interesting cast. Blake Lively's in it, so I've decided I want to see it because I'm quite a big fan of her, and I watched this years ago before I'd seen Gossip Girl, so before I kind of knew who she was properly. So I'd be interested to see it now, and then again I'll probably unhaul it. And then finally, The Nanny Diaries, which we talked about last time, because I don't know if it works. I had this whole story with it. I haven't rewatched it yet. I haven't tried to play it, so I'll have to see with that one. So yeah, those are the ones that I will be keeping. These 10 are the ones I will be getting rid of, which is awesome. Feels great to get rid of a whole bunch. And that is shelf 9. So I will see you guys next time for another one shelf at a time. If you're still enjoying these videos, make sure to give them a big thumbs up. And then I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye!